What's up YouTube? It's James. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be finishing up some of the work on this Bentley, starting with the front bumper cover. So as you've seen in my previous video, you saw I finished up that body work on the front bumper cover and we got it painted. Now it's time to assemble it and put it back on the car. Here is the first shot of the bumper cover out in the sun, and as you can tell, it looks really good. It's really nice and slick, and I don't really believe I'm gonna have to do any kind of water sanding or buffing on this thing. Maybe just a little bit with some 3000 grit Trizac. I don't think I have to go crazy. There's not really a lot of trash in there, and it's really slick, so I'm really happy with the way this thing's turned out. So of course now we need to reassemble this bumper cover. We've got those side markers, we got our chrome trim there, we've got our parking sensors, we've got our grills, we've got all the stuff that we've got to put back together on this bumper here before we can stick it back on the car. So that's what we'll do next. This is all our components that need to go back on this bumper cover: our parking sensors, our markers, our washer covers, and our chrome trim. And what I like to do before I start assembling anything, really, I like to make sure everything's nice and clean, and that's just what I've done. I've cleaned everything here, and that way you're not putting dirty parts on the car. Now while I've got this front bumper cover off and it's easy for me to access these headlights, I wanted to go ahead and clean them up just a little bit. So most new cars nowadays, they have plastic headlights, and this thing has plastic headlights, and you know, they usually typically yellow out, and as you can see, it don't really look too bad, but it is kind of yellow. It's kind of dingy, not really that bad. But just look over here at this one that I've already done. Look how nice and clear that is. Look at that chrome in there. It's nice and clear. So normally I would take these headlights off of the car, I'd wet sand them with about 800 grit sandpaper, and I would actually clear coat them with automotive clear coat. But these headlights are just so hard to get off, I'd have to at least loosen up the fender, and it's a lot of work. So I decided to just buff these out. So this is going to be a very nice detail to the front end of this car, especially now that we have a fresh painted front bumper cover. It's going to make this whole front end look nice and clean. Here's the finished product, and as you can see, these headlights turned out great. They're nice and clean and clear. That's going to make the whole front end of the car look a lot better once we get it reassembled. Now, even though these headlights weren't in bad shape, something as small as this can add a lot of detail to the car. So there we have it, the finished product. The bumper's back on the car. It's all nice and bolted down. And as you can tell, it looks really, really good. Now, the paint does not match 100%, and there's several reasons for that. One, it's not the original paint. Two, it has a flex agent in it, which actually causes the tint of the clear to be a little bit different. And also, the only way to really get this 100% correct is to do a blend onto the fenders, onto the grille, onto the hood. And for me, that was just out of the question. So the other reason I'm not too much worried about it is this car does have a salvage title, and it's not going to be perfect. You can't expect, you know, to have a salvage title car and it be perfect. You can make it perfect, but with that branded title, it's never going to be perfect. For how much that I have in this thing, I think I really got a great bargain, and I have a really nice car for that amount of money, and I will get into that. So ever since I've started on this project, I've been getting these comments, at least 2 or 3 a day, about, hey, how much did you pay for this thing? How much did you get it at the auction for? And today, I'm going to tell you just that. So I've been trying to hold out until I got this thing completely finished, and I believe we're right at that point. I do have some small cosmetic issues that I need to take care of, but for the most part it's finished, and I wanted to give you guys a complete rundown from the cost of the car to all the parts and all the materials that I used. Now here's the moment that everybody's been waiting for. Let's talk about the price of this car. So with buying this car at the auction, the bid, the fees, and everything out the door was $13,010. That's a bargain. We had to add a brand new pair of batteries, a main battery and a start battery, and that was $300. We had to replace the right side fuel pump module, and that was $196. To do the oil change for the oil, the filter, and the drain plug, that was $130. I ended up buying 4 fuel filters, and the total for all 4 was $65. For the Bentley service manual download and the VCDS cable, I paid right at $115 for those 2 items. Had to buy a brand new tire for the left front, and that was $150. I bought the suspension control module that I replaced in the back. That was $35 off eBay. Now the paint and the clear coat and the sandpaper and all those supplies that we used to repair that front bumper cover, that came in at around $221. Total price on parts and supplies on this build was $1,212, bringing our grand total in the entire vehicle to $14,222. Now I would say that's a bargain for a total price of this vehicle. Even though it has a salvage title, we got a great looking car, we got a great running and driving car, and I don't think you'll be able to get one any cheaper than that. I think for the price you can't go wrong. These things sell between $32,000 and $40,000 with a clean title, depending on mileage and condition, and one like this would be in that price range. So I basically look at it as, hey, I saved half by buying a salvage car and putting it back together. So as always, thanks for watching. Check out some of my videos on my other projects. And if you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button below. Click the bell so you'll get the notifications. And you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram.